dbrand says they've fixed the KillSwitch 2 case, but have they really? When it first launched, it had some big problems, like the Joy-Con grips not holding the Switch 2 securely, so I've been using the updated version for the past month to see if it's finally worth your hard-earned cash. Let's find out. So if you already owned the KillSwitch 2 case, dbrand should have reached out to you to get you to order for free some new updated Joy Lock grips. So these are the updated ones. So they come in a little box, and I also got sent the dock adapter. Also, that's the two big things which have been updated since the original version. But if you haven't picked this up yet and you've been holding off, now might be the time. You will get this in a big fancy box like this. It looks unbelievable. The packaging is top notch. It's very Apple-esque in terms of it is super premium. No corners cut here. It looks fantastic. It will probably blow your mind once you see this. You'll be like, wow, this is top quality stuff. Now inside the box you will get your KillSwitch case, and depending on which model you go for, they vary from about $60 up to $100. You will always get the case with the grips here. That's the main thing you are after, I would say, no matter what you go for, and also a screen protector. That is included in, I think, the top tier, maybe the middle tier as well. I'll put it on screen so you can have a look and decide for yourself. But there's a whole range of stuff which comes with this, but the main things is what's changed and what has updated, because last time we had problems with the Joy-Cons disconnecting, with the dock adapter not releasing and just being stuck pretty much onto your Switch 2 when you're trying to remove it from the dock. So have they solved these problems? Well, dbrand actually sent me a video as well to show off the improvements. So they had the new Joy-Lock video showing the difference, and I'll show you on screen right now so you can see what it was. And to be honest, is that accurate? I think it actually is. The new Joy-Lock case or grips for your Joy-Cons are way better than the original ones. Why? Two main things here which make a world of difference. Number one, if we take this off, the rubber or plastic is now thinner in between your Joy-Con and your Switch 2. So that means the gap between the screen and the Joy-Con is now even less by, it must be millimeters, right? But because of that, it now does not disconnect. It still sags ever so slightly because, you know, there's a fair bit of weight and heft to this full case being on your Switch 2. I mean, this is a heavy duty case. It will properly protect it. So you can see there, this would have disconnected by now. And then if I go to the other side and I'm just holding, I'm not touching the actual Switch. See, it sags a bit, but it does not disconnect now, which is great. Really, really, really big update there, because that was one of the big issues. People were then picking their Switch 2 up with the KillSwitch case on, and boom, it was just falling apart. That has been fixed now. That is awesome. Now, the second big update is that these Joy-Lock grips are actually gripped to the Joy-Cons. This one caught me out previously, where you can be holding this and pick it up, and the Joy-Con and the Switch 2 would just slide off of this grip. So this rubber grip here would just come free. That doesn't happen anymore. There's a little rubber bit and at the top and at the bottom which overlaps. So it's now locked in, which is a fantastic update. So you don't need to worry about that anymore. Doesn't slide off, which is great. That's two huge tweaks which make this far, far better, and alleviates a lot of the worries people were having about the KillSwitch case being secure, worrying about picking it up and dropping it, because it is a case. You know, you buy a case to protect your hardware. People were saying, what's the point of buying it if it's going to fall apart or drop? And to be honest with you, the original one, I really liked it. I have used the original one since day one, and it's protected my Switch like no other. But a lot of people had problems with it. Mine wasn't so bad. It seemed to be the luck of the draw. I could get mine to disconnect if I just shook it like crazy on the first version. And also we did have the thing where the Joy-Con grip would slide out. That did happen, but It's great. It's absolutely solid now. I mean, that would have disconnected now before. It just doesn't now. So it's way, way better. They must have just taken millimeters off of the rubber to make the magnets just that little bit stronger. So that's fantastic. The other update which they've done, which we need to talk about, is the dock adapter. And they've sent a video for that as well. This is showing you it before, where you try to take the Switch 2 with the KillSwitch case out of the dock adapter, and it won't release. It's stuck. It will lift out. I actually had it where it lifted the full dock up as well. The original dock and the dock adapter all being connected to the Switch 2, which isn't ideal, I guess. But then the newer version is meant to just release with one hand, according to this video. Now, this is where I couldn't recreate this in the real world. You still need to use your hand to just, you know, hold the dock down slightly, the dock adapter, and then release your Switch 2. That really doesn't bother me. Who cares? Like, the dock adapters are really nice to have to save you having to take all of this stuff off. It was more the things about the Joy-Cons and the Joy-Con grips disconnecting. The fact that's sorted, that is great. This thing, yeah, it's not as, you know, I guess straightforward or as convenient that you can just slide your Switch 2 in and out of the dock. You need to line it up, click it in, and then it charges and you can play on the big screen. And then if you want to remove it, you just need to put your fingers on it, on the dock adapter, and pull it up and it is released. No biggie. Does not worry me at all. Still, it's slightly easier to remove, definitely, but it's still not as, you know, you can't do it one-handedly, in my experience, the way you can with the original Switch 2 dock. So on the whole with that, the Switch 2 now feels way more secure with your KillSwitch 2 case. But let's talk about what it's been like using this updated version in the real world for the past month. First off, the big thing, which hasn't changed from the previous version, and thank goodness it hasn't because it was already God tier, and that is comfort. The ergonomics on this thing is just amazing. Honestly, real talk here. If you buy this for your Switch 2 in handheld mode, you will never want to go back to using the Switch 2 without the KillSwitch case on it. These grips are just fantastic. Your fingers just melt right round them the way they should be, so you get all this comfort. I don't know what else to say, people. Seriously, check it out. It is far more comfortable for long gaming sessions when you're playing this handheld versus the Switch 2 in its standard configuration, which isn't the most comfortable thing to be using for long gaming sessions. I've said this before, the Joy-Cons, I know they're bigger than the Switch 1, but still, they're not the most comfortable thing in the world to be playing on, whereas this, what a difference. Now, the dock as well, again, it's been upgraded. I didn't notice too much of a difference there, but it's still such a good, nice to have. That means you don't need to take this middle section off. You can just fire the dock into your Switch 2 dock, and then you can set the Switch 2 on there when you're playing on the big screen, and it charges your Switch 2, so you're ready to go. When you're, you know, out and about, just take it off, and you've got your KillSwitch case already on, and it's charged. Absolutely fantastic. The other thing as well is the other features or accessories which come with this, depending on which tier you buy. So there's a $60 up to $100, and if you go for the full $100 version, you know, you'll get the screen protector as well, which I recommend, honestly. Even if you don't buy the KillSwitch 2 case, just go and buy this dbrand screen protector for your Switch 2. It is the best screen protector I have ever used. It is like so idiot proof. I always mess up putting on screen protectors. I always end up having them squinty or bubbles all over them. This is just fantastic. You lay it on, you pull the tab, you swipe your finger down the middle, and it just attaches to the screen. You will actually see the bubbles disappear in front of your eyes. And then if there's any left over, you get a little tool that you can just squeeze the bubbles to the edge, and it's perfect. I've had that on since it arrived day one. Fantastic. And you want to do this because it is, I don't know what you'd call it, but Nintendo does have a protective layer or film over the screen. And I think it's more to stop shards of glass or sharp plastic if it breaks, as opposed to really protecting the screen from scratches, because it has been well reported online it is prone to scratching from keys and even putting it in the dock. Whereas with this thing, there's none of that. I have actually tried to score this with my keys and it's perfect. There's absolutely no damage at all in this. So definitely get that, because you do not want to damage the screen on your Switch 2. Because if you damage that, you know, that's just not good. It's not like you can just buy another Joy-Con if you damage your Joy-Cons, you know, if the stick breaks or something. So please, people, just protect that. Especially the Switch 2 is not cheap, so look after it. Also, if you're taking this out and about and, you know, you're throwing it into your backpack, you're, you know, traveling with this, you really want to get the travel cover. It is fantastic. It also has a little magnetic game holder, which is just great as well. I think they call it the game showcase, which is quite cool because it does, you can show off your physical game library, but for me it just makes it an all-in-one system. So you've got the upgraded Joy-Lock grips here, which, you know, are way more secure. The ergonomics are top notch. It makes it far more comfortable to play. Also, you then get the front cover, which will protect the screen. Well, protect the screen a bit as well. Obviously, you've got your screen protector on there, but it will also protect the screen, the sticks, and the buttons from being pressed and hit in your backpack and things like that. You also get thumb grips as well to help make the gameplay even more comfortable. And if you're playing first-person shooter games and things like that, it will be more accurate. So it's absolutely, I think it's the best thing you can buy for your Switch 2 in terms of an all-in-one. dbrand also sent these really cool skins for your Joy-Cons. I really recommend you check these out. I'll throw up on the screen the ones that are available on the website. There is loads of options to pick from to customize how your Switch 2 looks. I went for these translucent plastic looking ones, which are color matched to the colors, you know, under the joysticks of the Joy-Cons and on the sides of the Joy-Cons. So this looks amazing to me, and this is how I wish the Switch 2 actually looked, instead of being really quite bland and serious and it's, you know, all dark Joy-Cons. Really, I like the Switch 1 Joy-Cons, you know, with the red and blue. So this to me is a nice upgrade to add a little bit more personality and personalization to your Switch 2. So is this worth your hard-earned cash? I think it is. It protects your Switch 2. It makes it even better for handheld play because these Joy-Lock grips and, you know, the thumb grips just make it far, far better for handheld play. And if you're looking at other accessories which are also must-buys for your Switch 2, which actually fix some of the Switch 2's problems, as it does have a few problems, check out this video on screen now.